Welcome to the State Men Podcast. I am here today with Susan Hoechner at Stewart Interiors, and she is going to tell us a little bit about the business and what all they do here, because every time I turn around, I seem to learn a new thing you all offer.
Well, we are unique in the fact that we do a lot of different things. We're not just a retail store with furnishings and decorative things. We also have a custom picture framing studio that's actually upstairs on our second floor. But tell you a little history about Stewart Interiors. Mother was married back in the early 50s and had two children, Carol and Steve, and her husband at the time developed Hodgkin's. And at that point in time, it was a death sentence. He did not live. And Mother came back to Bowling Green, and she was a graduate of UK in art. Very talented. And she decided that she would do oil painting restoration and portrait work for a gallery in Louisville. And so she did. And she traveled back and forth while the kids were in school and picked up work. And one day, the gallery owner said, "Barbara, I think they knew she needed some income. Would you be interested in doing our custom picture framing?" And so Mother absolutely jumped at the opportunity, went out and bought a miter box and a saw for $35, which we still have.
That's awesome.
And she started her custom picture framing. Soon after, she met my dad, and they married, and the family expanded. But Mother operated her business out of their home. They lived up on College Street in a great big colonial home that was built in 1869. So it was a big house, big rooms, and the little carriage house, it was a garage that they would have for the horse and buggy. And that was where we stored all of our molding and actually cut the molding there. Then we would take it upstairs into a bedroom.
So the picture framing actually predates the retail store.
Oh, it does, definitely. And the interesting thing, too, Mother was an antique dealer. So she had antiques in the house that were for sale. There was nothing in there that wasn't for sale, and sometimes I think she included us. But she would have antiques in the house that she would sell. She even, of course, this was back in the 60s when Bowling Green was so small, and she had a little area in the living room that was gifts. So, it was really kind of unusual how it all started. Well, when I graduated from Western in interior design, we started doing more and more interior design, and we outgrew the house. I mean, it got to where we were just cluttering it up. So, Mother decided to meet with Sonny Barr. This is the Barr building, and his family owned the building. And his family was a dentist. And you can see some things in the upstairs, some hooks and things in the ceiling from where the equipment hung for the dentistry practice.
And that still survives today?
Some of the hooks and everything
That's
are
cool.
still there. But so the upstairs was the dentist office. And as a matter of fact, short little note, my dad came here as a child to the dentist, and there's a little closet upstairs that's still there that houses samples, and there was a cot in there, and he recalls waking up on that cot after he had some sort of dental procedure done.
He recalls waking up in the closet on a cot after some anesthesia or some minor anesthesia.
Closet's still there. But anyway, Mother had an opportunity to rent the one side of the store, the side that you actually walk into, and then this side that we're sitting in was Harding Benzel Jewelers.
Okay.
And we have found there's a basement under this building that you can access. And on the shelves, it'll have like Royal Worcester, which was the name of the dinnerware that was stored down there. So, of course, this was back when jewelry stores sold, China and flatware and crystal. So, and so here we are doing it again in this building. We do our bridal registry, and so anyway, it is kind of come full circle. But we are, I can't imagine this business being any place else. I can't imagine it not being in a historic building. The thought of it going into a strip center just doesn't work.
It's been here now for, what, 50, 55 years?
Since 78.
Goodness gracious.
So, yeah.
We're getting close.
Pretty long, yeah.
Getting close.
But the business itself started in 1952 when she came back to Bowling Green. So it's seen a real evolution of time and products. But we feel like that... we're still carrying on her legacy. She built it on quality and customer service. These customers that would come to the house, they would walk in and say, we were there, and they'd just say, come in and say, is Barbara here?
They just walk in
They
the
just
front
walk
door.
in the house. Yeah, you didn't lock doors back then. And I might be sitting at the kitchen table doing homework, and, customers would come in. They were friends, back then. They were friends.
That's where you got all your great sales lessons.
I guess. She was a great mentor. I moved back. I left. Actually, right after she moved into this space, my husband was transferred to North Carolina. So I was gone for 17 years. And I always wanted to come back to the family business. And I was very fortunate that my husband said, you're going to wait around till there's nothing to come back to. And so we came back, and she and I got to work together for 22 years.
That's awesome.
Which is just a blessing. It's just a blessing.
How have you seen the business change over the years?
Oh, boy. Of course, internet
Sure.
has made a lot of changes. We don't have the walk-in traffic, that we used to have. So, guess what? We're online, too. So
BarbaraStewartInteriors.com, I understand.
you can go to BarbaraStewartInteriors.com and shop with us, whether you're here in Bowling Green or in Timbuktu. And that part has been very successful.
That's wonderful.
So I'm very pleased with that.
That's impressive to take a small old town shop and modernize it into the current
it
day.
was a lot of work, and it continues to be a lot of work. You have to continue to feed the lion, and but it really has turned out to be a good thing for us to be able to reach out to all over the country.
So it sounds like, other than about 17 years, you really grew up within a few blocks of here.
I grew up in the business, but I took an avenue that was different when I moved to North Carolina. I went into commercial interior design, so I was doing a lot of offices, and it got to where I enjoyed it because it was kind of like putting a puzzle together. Mm-hmm. This was a lot of open office planning, space planning, which I was very good at. But when I hit 40, I thought, I'm not sure I want to be doing this when I'm 50.
So you came back to the family business.
So I was not able to experience the creativity that I wanted to have in my life. And the office furniture was gotten to be kind of a cookie cutter. And that did not entertain me. So, and the fact that, Mother had this, and interesting little footnote. When we started talking about coming back, Mother was not real fond of the idea. And it kind of hurt my feelings. I thought, whoa, 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 what do you mean? And come to find out, she thought I wanted her to retire,
Oh, of course not.
which was the very last thing I wanted to do. And I said, no, you're my mentor. I want you, because I had gotten away from the retail, aspect of the business. I was doing strictly commercial interior design. So I did not know, I didn't feel like I knew that much about running a retail store.
Well, not to mention just the opportunity to get to spend the time with your mom for
Oh,
20 years.
that was like a gift in itself.
Sure.
We had so much fun together.
And you still carry on the tradition of bringing dogs down to the shop.
Yeah, Margot comes to work every day. Boy, she's working hard today, isn't she?
That's Margot's usual position, isn't
Yeah,
it? She's the head greeter and head sleeper, I think.
yeah, we're talking about you, Margot. You better wake up and look good.
But
But yeah, Mom brought when my dad passed. My sister got her a teacup poodle, and that was her sidekick. So she'd bring Lizzie to work every day.
I remember seeing them come and go.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I've got to ask, where do you see the future of downtown Bowling Green going? You've been around and watched it change over the years, and we've got so much going on now with, Western continues to grow, Med
Yes.
Center's growing like
And
crazy.
Bowling Green in itself
The
is
Riverfront
growing.
project's going. We've just gone through the major renovation of Fountain Square several years ago with all the new
Yes.
concrete and,
And
restoration of the fountain.
that was awesome. It it was a challenge, I'll say, going through it because it shut down a lot of businesses for quite some time. But it is beautiful. It is beautiful. I hope and pray that our downtown building owners will continue to take care of their buildings. It's this is history, and it is so important that we keep the buildings thriving, taken care of, and our shop owners taking care of their businesses. That's probably one of the biggest concerns I have for downtown is that businesses need to do their due diligence to figure out what type of business is going to thrive in a downtown environment. Parking is an issue. They've got to have the like a feasibility study, really, I think, to try to figure out whether their business will survive and grow and prosper. I hate to see somebody come into any retail space, whether it be downtown or out further, that has not done their homework and open a store or retail business on a shoestring, and then 6 months later it's gone. I just hate to see that, and I especially hate to see it down here because we want the businesses to thrive.
We've, of course, just in the last 10, 15 years, seen more apartments and condos and more people living in downtown, which I'm sure has increased the foot traffic.
Which is good. I mean, I remember when we did our study for our downtown master plan, and that was one of the things that the urban planners discussed, and that was having more people living in the downtown area. So I think that is important that we keep that thriving.
You've always been very involved in the DRA and the Downtown Business Association, and I'm sure there's a list of them that have popped up over the years that you're always one of the first to throw your hand up and volunteer and join and be a part of.
Well, I love to see people coming downtown. I met a young lady today that's moving into the Pushins building, and she is a photographer that's moving here from the Toledo area, and I'm so excited that she's coming. And she's been in business. She knows what it takes. She has vetted everything she needs to do to get her business open. So I'm excited about that. She plans to open sometime in May.
The Pushing building's a good building for that, with all those big windows and natural light.
Perfect. And she wants to partner with us on the picture framing. So, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
We should be working together with our neighbors and encouraging. We've worked with Morris Jewelers on engraving. We've worked with Heartstrings on engraving. So it's important to us that we keep a good, strong connection with other business owners. I mean, I love the ice cream store on the corner. The fact that, that was an old drugstore where you could go in and order at the counter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thrilled to see businesses like that come downtown.
I often tell people that I've been living down here for right at 10 years now, and I often say that the ice cream shop or Meltdown has been by far the biggest transformation
It really has.
I have noticed in downtown.
It is huge. It's
seeing
huge.
the families, seeing the
Yeah, I
grandparents
love
and
that.
grandchildren, seeing people just sitting in Fountain Square Park enjoying
Yeah.
an ice cream.
I love
It
that.
has changed the Sunday afternoons.
Uh-huh.
It's brought it back to life. It's really neat to see the families participating together.
I
And
would like to see more lunch places open for lunch, fooderies, and in the downtown areas. When 440 was open for lunch, that was huge. That was just huge.
I don't ever remember
business.
440 being open for lunch.
It was, yeah, and it was huge business for us because people would go over there and have lunch and then come over here and have dessert. We'd serve them dessert. But, I would like to see more lunch places in the downtown area.
I wish we still had some of the old historical ones that we could just revamp a little bit and bring back.
Like the old Dixie Cafe, wouldn't that be fun? Lunch counter would be fun.
We beg lunch places to come down here, and I think we're getting close to it. I think we're getting close to enough apartments, enough people living, and enough foot traffic.
Well, I mean, there is enough people working in these buildings
There is.
to support it. And, Gerard's is open, which I'm thrilled to have them.
It's very common. They're full for lunch.
They are full for lunch. I've noticed that. You almost have to have reservations.
And try to go in there on a Monday night when they're the only one open.
Yes.
And they are
that's true.
packed.
That's true. That's true. So I would like to see more of that.
I would as well. You and I are on the same page on that one. How do you think the riverfront development's going to affect the more of the downtown area? Because in my mind, I see it as, kind of from Hospital Hill to the
river,
to Western, the Med Center, and kind of inside that bubble.
I think it will complement the downtown. I think it's going to give people reasons to come to the downtown area. I mean, I consider the riverfront part of downtown. I do. And I'm really looking forward to it.
With the Mustang Club and White Squirrel,
Yes.
and I mean the area is already redeveloping.
It's
the
already
Shake Rag
coming
Bar
on.
and
Yeah.
The Shake Rag Barbershop and the new I call it an incubator. I think the actual name is Accelerator, but that they just did
that
with
whole
Danny's
section.
Italian
Yes.
and
Yes,
the
and
new
the
food
flower
classes
shop.
and the barbershop and flower shop.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think that is so exciting. And I mean, I can see that whole area just becoming more and more developed with small businesses.
And I can't believe we haven't talked about it, but what are we, 15 years into the TIF going on now? And,
Oh, yeah.
And the ballpark
And
and,
the Sky Pack
and the
and-
wrap and the redevelopment of basically the entire block running up from
I
BGMU
can't
up to Western.
imagine.
And
Yeah, I can't imagine all that being any place else but downtown.
I can't either.
I mean,
Yeah, we just need more of it.
we just need more of it.
And more people. And
Yeah. And to let people know what is down here. And I think the city is doing a great job. The purchase of the old bank building, the old Potter Opera House, and I really, hope and pray that a good buyer will come along and renovate that. I'd love to see a children's museum downtown. I think that would be fabulous.
we both know it's been talked about.
Yeah.
But I believe that's still in the classification of a dream, an unfunded dream, I think is what they call it
I
as
think
of
it is
today.
right now. But gosh, wouldn't a children's museum be great down here?
It would be.
We need one in Bowling Green.
We do.
I mean, that was one thing when I moved back and my children were 8, and I thought, because I came from Lexington and there was a lot of children's programs there, and I really felt like Bowling Green was missing the mark there. We did get involved in some things at Western, some theater up there, but I still felt like Bowling Green was missing the mark on some children's museum, science center, that kind of.
Children's activities.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
learning
Yeah.
things.
And we've got some great things like Jackson's Orchard. I mean, we've got lots of good things for children's activities, but that would be something really concentrated and in the downtown area, I think would be great.
Well, Susan, I really do appreciate you taking your time with me today and telling your stories.
It has been so much fun, and I'm so honored that I was even asked, and I want to thank you for doing this podcast and bringing attention to our beautiful downtown area. There's so much history here, and I really appreciate you spending your time and energy and
Well, thank you.
to bringing this to light.
I think I'm really going to enjoy doing it. I want to open the doors to downtown for the general public and let them know what's coming and let them know the announcements of the new businesses and feature the businesses and the ones that have been here forever and the ones that are new
And the
open.
new ones that are coming on. That is most exciting to see new retail coming
So to be
on.
able to get out accurate information to the public and invite them down here to where we are every day, but to us it's an everyday thing.
This is home to me.
Same here. We live, work, and play down here.
Yeah, we do. We do. It's a great place to be. So we invite you to come down and enjoy and learn to love the history of Bowling Green because it's right here for you.
Well, Susan, thank you again.
Thank you.